let's just get started here.
So it's just mediocre then.
Isn't that what the show is?
Yeah, we pretty much warned everybody.
We've cornered the market on mediocreness.
It's just good enough.
Yeah, we're not just good. We're good enough. Hi, guys.
Yo.
What's up, yo?
It's episode 269. Nice.
Double nice.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Yeah, double nice. Welcome back, and thank you for joining us once again for another head-banging episode of the Foobar Show program. But before we get into anything, get your Foobar Show swag at foobarshow.com. Find all kinds of items like t-shirts, pillow cushions, mugs, magnets, and stickers in tons of colors and styles. Go to our merch page found at foobarshow.com to check it all out. Next up, click on the link for SoCal rock band The Fallen Electric at the bottom of foobarshow.com for music, tour dates, and merch. On Saturday, April 23rd, I will be at Boondocks in Corona, California, playing with The Fallen Electric. It's going to be an all-nighter, playing from 8:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. Free to enter, great award-winning food, and a full bar available for you to properly enjoy The Fallen Electric. And lastly, Grass Store, everybody! Now servicing all of Southern California and the San Francisco Bay Area. They're the best cannabis delivery service I've ever used, bar none. Go to foobarshow.com and click on our Grass Store banner, and first-time users get 30% off of their purchase. Thank you to those who have shared or clicked on our banner and continue to show us some love. And now, episode 269. Here we go. Filthy Martini Studios in Ontario, California, it's the Foobar Show! Hey, what is up, everyone? I am Josie.
And I'm Josh.
And Steph.
Thank you all very much for listening into the Foobar Show. Remember to hit subscribe and be sure to rate, review, and tell a friend like a champ. You can also listen and get our swag at foobarshow.com. That's FOObarshow.com. And follow FOObar Show on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Join in, drop us a line, and we'll foo it up like a couple of foos. Ain't that right, foos?
Hey,
Yeah.
Foo.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. I'm excited for today, man. And you want to know why?
Why, Foo? Tell me.
We have a special musical guest on tap for today, and we'll be we've recorded a little out of order, and so first segment after our banter, I guess is what you call it, our introductory minutia. It will be music highlights.
Foo?
Yeah. It's going to be Dianthus. They're a local band here in Southern California. They've been doing some great things. They play some awesome metal music, and so we'll be talking to them. And then we're going to be going into the usual crap, the Geeking Out. And we got sports today, right, Josh? We got some sad and some sad news coming out of sports today.
It's just all sadness, Foo. All sadness from sports lately.
Damn. All right, so we got emo sports today. And so, first things first, man. Welcome back, Josh. You're remote today because I asked you to be. Because
you told me get the fuck out of here. You did not want me in that house.
No, well, I got there's a lot going on here in the Foobar house in the Foobar studios. Foo? Well, today, Steph, you became a second-degree black belt in Stephkwondo.
Hiya. Yes. Yeah. The test was earlier this afternoon, and it was it actually wasn't as hot as I thought it was going to be, considering we've been in 100-degree heat wave as of late. Mm-hmm. But 2-hour physical testing, it's going to wipe out anybody.
Yeah, dude, like part of the test was like do 100 sit-ups or do 100 kicks, so somebody's holding the pads and you got to like kick. And as a second degree black belt, you had to do a double kick.
Right.
100 times.
It's a double roundhouse kick, and every 2 kicks, that's 1 count.
Yeah.
So essentially, 200
It's like
kicks.
a push-up. It has both a down and an upward position.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Steph, you know what? you may be a second-degree black belt, but I'm still going to talk shit about Morbius because it's my goddamn
Get the fuck out of here.
So
I will take 2
my
roundhouse kicks
God.
to the face
Oh
and
my
still
God.
talk shit about Morbius.
oh my God.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
So last night I was playing a show out in Highland, California, fucking middle of nowhere, right? I put my phone down so that I can play a show, and throughout the course of this like 45-minute period, there's just a slew of shit-talking memes against Morbius from you and the Foo against Steph. And then like later on, and then, okay, so then I pick it up. I notice how many texts came through the chat, and I'm like, fuck this. I'm not looking at it until I'm in the car on the way home. And, and then I'm just like, what the fuck did I just walk into? Like, you guys probably pulled the, like... It was a marathon of memes.
Yeah.
Talking shit about Morbius, and I'm here for it.
You know what's hilarious is that Josh had them all ready to go. He was just waiting for the right moment.
You don't even know how it was on the other side of this.
He was just post.
I need a gameplay. Like, tell me how this went down.
Well, we'll get into it in Geeking Out, but we had just come out from Sonic. So I'm in the car with the Foo, with our 2 nephews in the back seat.
All right.
We decided to go to In-N-Out. So I'm in In-N-Out, and then I read, because I'm just looking up, anything on Nerd News, and I found the Chive had a post on the Morbius memes. I'm like, oh, this is going to be gold. Let me see what I got here. Boom. Right off the bat, son. I'm just like, oh my God. I was like, Foo. And he's just like, holy shit. I'm like, that's it. I'm going to bombard these motherfuckers with all of them. So, dude, I'm like feverishly like screenshotting them, saving. And then I saved them all at once because I'm like, look, I'm going to do this all at once, and then I'm going to send all of them all at once so it just bombards both of them wherever the fuck they're at. And right off the bat, dude, I threw them all out. The Foo was just like, dude, this is amazing. This is the greatest thing.
Well, it wasn't just a quantity thing. The quality of these fucking memes,
all of them
was
were
insane.
fucking gold, man.
My God, like they were.
I did not find This was like the hottest streak I've ever had in memeing, dog. Like, I was like, yes.
He's trigger happy, this guy.
And it's like, and the previous week was the Will Smith memes, and then I didn't think anything could one up a string of memes like this. And you got them. You just pulled them up. Can you share some with us, there, Steph?
This one is a picture of the Morbius poster, and it says tomato meter 19%, and then it cuts to a picture of
Willem Dafoe.
Fucking William Dafoe. Is it Jared Leto? You can't do this to me. You know how much I sacrificed. I literally just got kicked out of Morbius for laughing too much.
Oh, there's this one by Jervis Scarlett. Be careful out there, everyone. I had 2 Morbius tickets in my car, and someone broke in and left 4 more.
I like this one. Morbius getting bad reviews. Is a picture of George Costanza.
George in the hospital.
It was supposed to be the summer of Morbius.
Or this one where it's Goku and Vegeta in the desert, and they say, let's find somewhere empty, and they're in the theaters, and Morbius is in the background.
These are pretty funny, but fuck you.
Now, are you actually gonna watch the movie there, Josh?
Yes.
When it's on Plex, Foo. When it's on Plex. These memes, they are gold, but they do not warrant me spending $7 at the movie theater.
Okay.
Yes, I said $7. I'm that cheap.
$7. Well,
yeah, I mean,
can you even
that's
find it for $7?
That's lower than like driving prices, man.
Exactly, dog. Well,
another reason why you're not here is because I also have to dip out almost immediately after finishing off doing the pod here. Our friends in 22 Salute pulled out a full length album today. They dropped it, so they're having a party, and they invited me over, and I figured, hey, this might be an opportunity to find a bass player because
get really drunk.
Yeah, and of course that goes without saying there, Josh. So yeah, I'm gonna be giving them some love. And coincidentally, man, 22 Salute played a show with Dianthus, who we're gonna be talking about in just a couple of few here, and I'm excited because it's just good music happening in Southern California, particularly the Inland Empire, man. I don't know what it is about like the community that's being built that's just kind of been poised throughout COVID. Just bands have been crazy writing new music, just waiting to drop at, this is the time. This kind of fucking bubble of COVID, because we're supposed to be expecting another wave, I guess. Mm-hmm. But this bubble, like this fucking, what do you call it? The eye of the storm right now, where everybody's just playing shows and just having a great time and networking and this whole thing. It's a good time to be alive if you live in the Inland Empire. Because man, everything else is just saturated. If you go west of here, you can go into LA, San Diego. The communities there aren't as tight knit as they are here, and they're hard to find. So it's just a bunch of good stuff.
Are you predicting a new summer of love, Foo? As soon as shit opens?
I hope so, man. I hope so. We'll see.
Yes, orgies everywhere.
Orgies everywhere, dude. You have no clue.
My dreams.
So, and let me ask you, since we're on the topic of orgies, let me dovetail this into this. So, all right. So, 2 people, it's just sex, right? 3 people is a threesome. Mm-hmm. At what point does it become an orgy? Because some people, I've heard the terminology turn into, a foursome, but would one argue that it's an orgy when it's more than 3 people involved? When does it become an orgy?
So. I would say it becomes an orgy when you have at least 4.
Yeah.
Because essentially, because when it's 3, you got to be very creative to have all 3 of you doing, being active at the same time. Mm-hmm. But when it's 4, you could break off into 2, subgroups.
Right.
2 people over there, 2 people over there. And then you can still get creative and have all 4 interact at the same time. But then, that becomes work and,
Yeah, we've all established that you're a power bottom there, Josh. Yeah, you wouldn't want to lift. You wouldn't want to lift a fucking finger, much less your own dick.
Why have the girl do all the work? I'm just saying, dog.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, that's really all I had for this intro, man. I didn't think that it would divulge into orgy talk. Well, this has been the orgy talk. Appropriately, it's episode 269. But I don't want to waste any more time, so I want to just get right into Dianthus. They're in the waiting room right now since we're doing this over Zoom, and so you guys just want to go ahead and do this?
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back. Well, guys, as promised, we have Dianthus on today. We have Jessica and Jackie of Dianthus. Say hi, ladies.
Hello. Hi. What's up?
What's up, man? We are so excited to have you on. We've been, amongst ourselves, we've been talking about having you on for a little bit. And then we had the courage of actually hitting you up. Well, at least Steph is the one who hit you up. We're kind of a tag team when it comes to reaching out to bands. So she'll initiate, and then I'll just kind of continue it from there. So you've been talking to the both of us this whole time. Yes. And so we're excited because not only do you play awesome music that we really enjoyed, and we're going to play a little bit of your tracks coming up here in this segment, but we wanted to just quickly ask you, because we're a group of nerds here, and we talk about comic books. And before we get into the music, we wanted to ask you about that comic book project that you guys have coming out. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we're very excited. It's our first comic book that we've ever worked on. Mm-hmm. So it's a good supplement to our record that just came out, Realms. Mm-hmm. And we're very excited. It's been a long time in the making, but it's almost done. We're just working on the captions and stuff, but it'll be out very soon. Yeah, it's very exciting. Yeah, all the comic book geeks out there, we're coming for you. Yeah, Realms is coming. So.
Yeah, no, that's exciting. So it's a conceptual album that ties in directly with the comic book, correct? Kind of like a Coheed and Cambria type of style approach?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a lot of bands, dive into that world too, because even the album art itself, for our record Realms, it's kind of mystical and fantasy-like. So we wanted to create more of, a bigger picture with the story. So
yeah. How do you go about finding or maybe you guys did it on your own, but who did the artwork? Who put it all together?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. We had a great team at the Kubert School. They're based out of New Jersey. So we had Adelia do all of the drawings, and the person who did the cover image is different. But yeah, Adelia did most of the drawings, and she's very talented and really executed our vision for that. Yeah. Super cool to see it all come together. Yes.
And is it going to be released in volumes? Is it just one contained, or tell me a little bit about how that's going to be released?
Yeah. We're kind of thinking about, creating like a series possibly too, because, as of now, we just have the album out. But as far as the comic book, there's never enough pages to tell the full story into one medium. So we might break it up into series, but it does feature some good backgrounds behind some of the songs.
As long as you don't do like a final season part 1, 2, and 3 like Attack on Titan has been doing to us for the last couple of years. My God, that's
it's too much. You gotta stretch out the plot, for sure.
I mean, just give us a movie if that's what you're gonna do.
I know. Like a whole concept into that, but it would be cool to get a movie. We'll see how this one goes.
So, are you guys willing to share what like the major plot points are, or like kind of give us a preview of what it's all about?
Yeah. We won't go into, of course, too much detail.
No spoilers
for you guys, but we'll highlight basically what it touches on. So the comic book, it's definitely going to be telling the story of two girls, which is basically us in a parallel universe, so to speak. So very conceptual, a fantasy world, if you will. And we kind of go through a lot of different ups and downs, of course, but we discover things along the way, and that's where the title Realms comes into play. So,
awesome.
Also too, as far as like the character names, we can talk a little bit about that. My character is actually Nora. So it's kind of like our alternate personality.
Like alter egos kind of thing.
And hers is Nessie. So Nora and Nessie. And those are names on the album tracks too. So
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah,
I mean, your names currently have the alliteration going on, so why not do it in the with your other ones? Oh, right on. And I want to quickly give your other bandmates. I noticed that you're a 4-piece band, correct?
Yes.
When you do live, you want to give your other bandmates a shout out?
Yeah, of course. We're very privileged to be sharing the stage with them. They're definitely prog metal fans, so that makes it even better. But our guitarist, our second guitarist, is Doug Wyand, and he's fantastic. And our bass player is Gavin Carney. So they really help us to fill in that metal sound.
For sure. And I gotta say, who's the drummer?
That's me. Jessica.
You tear it up, man.
Thank you.
You tear it up so hard. And you do guitars, correct?
Yes, I do guitar thing.
It's just so solid. It's just so solid. And I saw a couple clips of you guys playing last night. As we record this right now, it's Saturday. So Friday night, y'all played the one of the rooms out there in the House of Blues in Anaheim, correct?
The foundation room.
The foundation room, and this was kind of like a pre-show before Bad Religion went on and took the stage. And you also played with our friends 22 Salute.
Yes. We did. Yes. You guys know those guys too. So that was the first time we actually met them face to face and finally played a show. And it was just a perfect synergy. Their music's awesome. So they're awesome, and they're great people too.
Yeah, I've known those guys for years. In fact, my band played with them last week in Corona, and it's been a while since I've shared a stage with them. So it's awesome and serendipitous that you guys also shared a stage with them not too long ago. Yeah, great guys, and I know I want to focus on Dianthus, but they have a full length album that just came out today, if I'm not mistaken. So everybody, show them some love. But going back to you, Dianthus, the name, it's a flower, right?
Yeah, it is.
Is it your favorite flower? Is that why you chose it?
It's actually, it's one of our favorites, but we actually chose it because it's a very unique meaning behind it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it's like it stands for longevity, and it also represents as well because it's a flower. It's got that feminine aspect to it.
Yeah. And I think it means love actually in Greek, I believe. So, in Greek, it means love. So, that's kind of what we want to give off to people because we want to spread a positive light in metal. And plus we're, females in metal. So, it fits us well, and it sounds pretty metal too. So.
It's simple too.
Dianthus.
Yeah. With it, so
No, that's awesome. I always like to ask bands, where they came up with their names. Oftentimes, it just really means nothing, but I like it when it actually has a meaning and some thought behind it, like you guys did with yours. So. That's awesome. Now, before we get into any more into the thick of it, I wanted to just share with everybody some of your upcoming things that are coming out. I know that you have the comic book coming out real soon, but you also shared that you're going to be in Vegas with a band called Angel in June, right? June 10th?
Yes. Yeah, June 10th. Yeah. We're going to be sharing a few dates on their tour. We're very excited about that. We're good friends with the keyboardist of Angel. His name's Charlie, and he helped us out a lot on our label, Deco Entertainment. So we're very stoked. A lot of people are aware of them because they're kind of like the alternate of Kiss, if you will. They were all white, instead of all black.
Okay.
But they have prog elements too. So
we're excited for those two shows.
Yeah, for sure.
Do they wear the makeup too?
I'm not sure about the makeup. I think they wore like sunglasses, or maybe it was the singer. I don't know. They had a cool aesthetic though.
I think it was Punky Meadows. I think that wore the sunglasses.
Oh, okay.
We'll have to find out.
Yes.
There's something to say about wearing makeup. And Kiss they're geniuses for doing something like that, right? Where they can age, but you can't tell.
Yeah.
Oh, right. It's so cool, and it's perfect for the music of rock and roll. It's you got to be a character on stage. It's very appealing to people. So it's more entertaining.
No, for sure. I'm excited to play some of your songs, and I want to start with one in particular, if that's all right with you. Before we get into any of that, though, I wanted to just share where we can find you online.
If
you can tell us.
We do have social media. So we got Instagram, Dianthus Band, and Facebook, just type Dianthus Band as well. And our website, dianthuslive.com, that's where you can find everything and stay connected with us.
Right on. Yeah. Well, the first song that we picked for today, coming out of your Realms album, is the the title track of the Realms album, Realms. So let's take a minute and listen to that.
Right.
Can you see us between the lines, blinded? Denied, only dying in a secret world. No one else to tell me what the walls rebuild. I see the walls rebuild.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
That's a jam.
Thank you.
Yeah. Josh, you said you wanted to ask him something. I think you're on mute, brother.
Yeah, I just realized that. I said that was badass. So I was actually playing the music video in the background as soon as you guys started, and like, what was the experience making that? Like, it was badass. It went. Oh, it was so good.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We worked with our good friend Vicente Cordero. He helped us, direct that video as well, and the location. Really, it was awesome because it fit the vision so well, and just like the filter of it, the props that we had, it intertwined so well with the music.
Yeah, we had such a high regard for that song because the whole album wasn't actually written at that time. So that was like the first track that we wrote for the album, and it just felt natural to just give it all the love, all the all the flair and stuff for the video. So yeah,
it kind of felt like a anime opening. When you're reading it. So honestly, like, it'd be perfect as like an opening to your, if you guys ever do like a little animation with your comic book.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It would probably work really well.
That's cool. Yeah, that'd be exciting. Yeah, that's the first that we've heard that. So we'll keep that in mind. For sure. Very cool, yeah.
Yeah, I think that your music in particular lends itself to that genre of animation, like the anime. And, we've been watching these crazy anime that we've been talking about. One in particular, like I just mentioned, Attack on Titan. Like, this would fit with, like, one of those intros.
Yeah.
And maybe, I don't know, maybe, like, the final season, part 5.
Part 20, Foo.
There you go.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, we appreciate that. Yeah, it means a lot. We have an appreciation for, all types of art too. And hearing that our music kind of fits with, that whole anime, world. Like, we've always wanted our music to be, kind of in the background of movies or stuff like that.
Of course.
So, it serves as that. So definitely.
Yeah, definitely moving into that fantasy realm. You can do a lot with it. So there's almost nothing limiting you with that whole genre.
Thank you.
Moving, you mentioned something about your label. So when you were first coming around, starting to think about recording and getting your music together, is this something that you were sort of looking into, or were you approached by a label company? Would you be able to explain a little bit more on that?
Yeah, it happened by chance. Yeah, I think it did. Yeah, as far as like the whole comic book idea, or the label, yeah. Getting connected with Deco. It actually, at that time we kind of were looking into getting connected with labels because we know the opportunities that they bring for bands. But yeah, it kind of came by chance because we were just recording, with Steve Evans. He was very local to us, and he worked with a lot of great metal bands like Suicide Silence. And, we hit him up, and then he knew, one of his friends was like a mastering engineer, and that's kind of how it happened because he was able to hear our music too through that. Yeah, it was like word of mouth pretty much. Right. So yeah, thanks to him.
That's cool. And so what kind of like networking or resources have you gained from having this label backing you that maybe you wouldn't otherwise have before?
I think it's just the exposure factor because they have a lot more connections than we do, and just the PR and stuff, just getting the music into those networks where you can't reach as a local band. Like that's what we're really grateful for, to have them, and just getting our name out there. Music, there's a lot, even some shows coming up like the Angel one, we wouldn't have that if we didn't have Deco. So they support our art a lot. It's not just the music, it's exposure, and also too they give us a lot of creative freedom, so we're not like limited, like they let us be our progressive nerdy selves. So we love Deco. They're great.
And so I take it that this is a label that kind of tailors their love and appreciation for bands around having them create their own thing. Like they're not giving you notes like every minute of every day, right?
Yeah. We have a lot of space to grow and to breathe as well. And they're just there to support and take things further. So
Okay.
Nice.
Well, I wanted to play the next one. This one's probably my favorite one out of the three. This one is A Space in the Silence. Is there anything in particular we should know about this one?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. This is actually one of my favorites too. I love playing the drums on it. It's very open on the chorus, but so there's a music video out for it too, for those of you guys who aren't aware. The music video is, it's perfect for the song. It brings you into that Victorian kind of creepy world. So yeah, make sure to check it out.
Right on. Well, let's play it. Here we go.
Right.
Hell yeah. You know what I appreciate the most out of you is the use of really like well-placed harmonies in these songs. And there's something to say about the harmonies when it comes to siblings. We've talked about it on previous music highlights here on the show where, you know, when siblings do... They understand each other, and you guys are twins. So like, how's the dynamic when it comes to like setting up yourselves up with, you know, like some well-placed harmonies throughout the song?
Oh,
is it natural, or is there like a lot of discussion?
It's pretty natural. It's pretty natural. Yeah. Sometimes me, since I do most of the backup harmonies, like I like to have fun with like literally every line of the song, and then, so we start harmonizing on the whole song when we're writing, and then we'll kind of like, you know, take certain parts out, just because if there's too much harmonies, it could take away the heaviness of the song. Yep. So yeah, we're always aware like what sounds good and what brings out the song on certain parts. Right. Even the type of harmony too, because there's like, you know, if we get real geeky with music, there's like minor thirds, there's like perfect harmonies,
or take them to fifths like Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
Oh,
so it's about like finding the right one that sounds kind of ominous and where it needs to be, and bright where it needs to be.
Yeah.
No,
that's so cool. And that's always fascinated me, especially when, you know, and I don't come across a lot of siblings that are in bands, but, you know, whenever I have a chance to speak with some, I always ask them that. I think one of the more famous ones from way back in the day are the Everly Brothers. They probably have one of the best harmonies ever. I know it's a way different genre, but it's from way back when. But if you listen to their harmonies, because they're siblings, they're like perfect. And there was no pitch correction. There was no auto-tune, nothing like that back in, what was it, like the early 60s back then?
Yeah, check them out, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That is awesome. Yeah, back in the day when you were recording, you only have like, you know, a certain amount of time you have to get it right in the studio.
Yeah, and so another thing I wanted to touch on was the production value on the audio of your songs. Tell us about your producer, how that process went about.
Yeah, it was really great working with Steve, because the studio that we were working at, there was so much equipment there, especially for you know, guitars and drums, the instruments that we play. So I just couldn't get to have her own room, so we lock in the room that she wanted. And the same with me, I was right behind them, behind the computer, and we're just like working on different songs and amps. I was able to use my actual amp head at the time. But for like the second guitars, when we're doubling, we were able to choose like Black Star amps or different types of amps, Soldano. So very good brands. Lots of variety. It was like a candy store. Just like so much gear. Yeah, but it was great.
Right on. Well, that leads us to the last song in this playlist here, My First Breath. What should we know about this song?
This one, it's a very, very fun song that we wrote. Probably the quickest that we wrote for the record. But we've just been playing this one live, and we like to give our listeners the chance to determine what it means to them. But so it's kind of interesting though, because the lyrical content, like I won't give it away too much, but yeah, a lot of people say that it has kind of like a maternal kind of concept around it, like the chorus at least. And then we were intending for that, but I don't know, maybe it relates to the metal moms out there in some way. But it's very cool. So it's up to the listener to see what it's about.
Cool. Yeah. All right, let's check it out. My First Breath. Very cool. Very cool.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I want to check you guys out live one of these days. We're out of Ontario. Are you playing anywhere like around SoCal anytime soon?
Oh man, as
You guys
right
are just
now.
in Ontario. Wow. So close to us. We don't have any current dates right now, but obviously we're gonna get some more shows before the June dates. So we'll keep you posted if we're playing local again. So
If not, I'll create something and we can share a stage together. I don't know.
Yeah,
That'd be tough.
Polymorphin.
Different genres, but we'll make something happen.
we're open-minded. We love all kinds of music.
Right on. Well, let's tell everybody where we can find you again before we let you all go. Go ahead.
Sure. Yes, we got Instagram, so at Dianthus Band, Dianthus Band. And we got our website as well, dianthuslive.com. And over there you could check out what's happening with us, our shows, merch, music, all that cool stuff. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey, thanks for being on the Foobar Show. We'll post this up like we do every Monday, and the video component will go up likely on Tuesdays, like we tend to. Is it okay to also include your music videos while we do the video?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that'd be great.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, we'll direct all the love to you guys whenever we get the opportunity. I just thoroughly enjoyed you guys. I've been bumping it like all week.
Thank you.
Yeah. So it's really good stuff. And I can't thank you enough. And hopefully we come across you again. And if not, like I said, I'll make something happen.
Yeah. We'll definitely stay connected. Yeah. Thank you guys. It was Joe, Steph, and Josh.
Yes.
Correct?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You guys rock. Thanks for having us on. And we need to see you guys in person one day. Make a show happen.
For sure.
Of course.
For sure. And hopefully your comic's out by then. Definitely going to be.
And we'll talk about it on the show too.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
Thanks, guys.
Jackie and Jessica of Dianthus, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Hershey's has a rich history of quality. Candy, confections, theme parks. Such a towering name brand is capable of just about everything, and right away you know it to be of the best quality. That's why Hershey's now introduces Fudge Packers, their new line of butt plugs. Find them in the wide variety of shapes, sizes, colors, and flavors. Fudge Packers, now with almonds. You know, I'm excited, appropriately for episode 269, that the Fudge Packers they now come with almonds.
You know, man, it's just all kind of wrapping up nicely in a little tin foil, butt plug shaped candy thing.
Melt in your ass, not your hand. Hey, I would have used that.
Nasty, dude.
I would have used that tagline if it was Mars bars, but anyway.
Willy Wonka would be rolling over in his grave hearing his music being played.
Willy Wonka was a murderer. Have you seen that movie? He killed children.
That's true.
Fucking die.
No, Foo. He just made them trip out on some really fucking trippy acid. You know all that candy was laced, dog. You know all that candy was laced.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, what else would make a fat kid dive into a pool of chocolate? You tell me.
You got me, man.
Full-blown diabetes.
Yeah.
Diabetes. Diabetes it doesn't exist in Germany.
Well, and then I just wanted to give another shout out and a big thank you for Dianthus for joining us in the previous segment, man. Fun
dude,
stuff.
It was amazing.
Yeah, great music, dude. And we were talking about them about how their music would just fit so nicely with like an action-packed anime intro. It just tailors itself to that kind of thing.
Or even a dramatic anime, like some type of dark dramatic anime. I feel like each of these songs could either be an intro or an outro or some type of like montage scene within the anime itself. Like, dude, I can't wait to see their actual comic book, especially since they tell the stories, of each song. So, oh yeah, man, yeah, good find, Foo, good find.
Yeah, more to come.
I love their the concept, moving away from the album into a different media. I love that.
And how and they're twins, so like, they live with each other, so they can just work all day on this stuff, So big ups to them, man, and thank you for being on. But getting into Geeking Out, man, what did you want to start with today?
Well, Foos, we've had a lot going on this past week, but first, what I will start off with is I recently went to go see Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Oh yeah, how was that?
With my nephews and little sisters. It was amazing, Foo. Amazing.
Yeah, I'm seeing that the Rotten Tomatoes audience is giving it a 98.
Yeah, man, every bit of it, 98% is so accurate. It's good from start to finish. It's a kids movie, so you have some kiddie elements to it, but by all means, it still holds the comedic value. The opening scene, you Foos, I'm sure will go watch it. Foo, I know you don't care about spoilers, but quick spoiler alert, everyone. Opening scene is pretty much you see Robotnik on that mushroom planet. And you see all his insanity. It's kind of like Castaway, like a whole little Castaway theme he has going on.
Oh, yeah?
With it. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good, man. So I won't give any sparing details, but it's a hilarious take on it. Jim Carrey just hit this whole movie out of the park. Same thing with the rest of the cast. James Marsden, still good as Donut Lord from the first one. And then Sonic, man, John Ralphio, freaking dude, John Ralphio, he's amazing. Ben Schwartz is his actual name.
Yeah,
he's in a lot of other stuff too. Space Force, if you guys haven't seen that on Netflix, it actually got really funny as the first season went on, and second season's pretty good. But it's funny because the Foo was sitting next to me, and there's a scene in there where, because if you see in the trailer, Tom and his wife, they go to Hawaii for her sister's wedding. And so while they're away, Sonic has the house all to himself. So he just does a bunch of crazy shit. Like he brings in the lawnmower in the freaking living room and starts cutting up all of the snacks on the floor and like going crazy. He has like this whole like Tom Cruise like risky business montage.
Nice.
Instead he's wearing a toga and a bunch of gold chains. And then before they leave, it's funny when they go to Hawaii, he has the whole ring portal behind him, but then he has this fake TSA like metal detector, and him and the dog are both wearing like sunglasses, and he's just like, all right, ma'am. He's all, okay, sections A through 1A through 1B or 2A are now ready for boarding. And so then the woman's walking up, she's like, oh hold on, ma'am, I'm sorry, no, you're not in group 1 and 2, please wait. And then he just kind of waits on the side. He's like, okay, group 3, everyone else, you can board now. It's like, oh, dude, it's so good. And then, so him and the little dog are on the couch about to watch a movie. And so he tells the dog, all right, it's your turn to pick the movie. And no, we're not going to be watching Snow Dogs. It's the worst. As soon as he did that, the Foo turns to me. He's like, oh, wait. Is Sonic played by John Ralphio?
Oh my God.
I'm like, yeah, man. He's like, oh my God. He's like, I can't picture anything but John Ralphio.
Oh, how does he not know this?
I don't know, but he's just like, dude, that made this even better because Sonic's comedic. Everything about Sonic was doing in the movie was pretty funny. And then when you start introducing like Knuckles and Tails, it takes you back to the old style of the game. I remember when Knuckles first kind of arrived in Sega. I don't know if you guys ever played the old Sega Sonic.
Oh yeah,
when it was on there.
I had friends who owned it. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I was
remember
that friend.
Yeah. I remember I played the first one. I loved it. And so then when we got the second Sonic game, as soon as we saw Tails, I was like, what the hell? That dude looks badass. And we're like, wait, why is he so hard to beat? Like, this is bullshit. And then you play as him. I'm like, oh, dude, he's awesome. You can climb up on the walls and all the other shit that you see in the movie. It was so good. And then at the very end, from start to finish, it was great. The little scenes, they even pulled a lot from the games and even from the storyline. And they left a little Easter egg at the end of the movie, Foo, signaling a sequel, a Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
And so, you don't have to give anything away. I take it that if this is Jim Carrey's last movie, then, they defeated him, and maybe there's another villain. That's my guess.
So, they are saying at the end that they defeated him.
Okay.
They don't show his body at the very end of the movie, similar to how the last one. Mm-hmm. But they do show that his influence is still around. So, and his henchman is still around. So possibly his henchman becomes another villainous character. Mm-hmm. It is possible. I think there's more than just Dr. Eggman has disciples after just him.
Okay.
There's a few of them.
So, yeah. And in this next one, so it's pretty much out there already, Foos. But they've teased the Sonic's biggest villain and arch rival. None other than Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh.
So, number 3, we're going to be getting Shadow the Hedgehog. And Shadow the Hedgehog is every bit the antithesis of Sonic. Sonic's, the extroverted, goofy, comedic, sarcastic.
He's the Wario for Sonic.
Yeah. He's the Wario to Sonic. Yeah, except he's more dark. He's not afraid to kill people. Okay. He's a loner, but he does have some type of sense of justice. Just more of a dark sense of justice.
Okay.
So it's going to be pretty dope to see because, and you'll see it in the movie, but I 100% agree with the 98%. But, as my, overall rating, I would give it an 8.5. It's still a kiddie movie, but it's by far an amazing kiddie movie. Yeah. And it's definitely worth it if adults want to go see it. It has a lot of...
If animation has taught us anything in the last 20 years is that, it can be tailored for kids and adults with even little jokes that only adults really get or have these double entendres. I can never say that word after watching The League anymore.
No.
For those who watch The League,
entendre. It's Andre now.
It's entendre. Well, that's cool. I'm excited to go watch it. Tomorrow, Steph and I have plans to watch this other movie that it fits perfectly into Geeking Out, especially with it's not a Marvel movie, but with the discussion of the multiverse and everything like that. There's this other movie that just came out that I think is very much up our alley. It's called Everything Everywhere All at Once, and to me, it's not getting the attention that it deserves, and I hope that they prove me right tomorrow when we go check this movie out. It's getting 97% critics and 94% audience score. And here, let me try to pull up a synopsis here. When an interdimensional rupture unravels reality, an unlikely hero must channel her newfound powers to fight bizarre and bewildering dangers from the multiverse as the fate of the world hangs in the balance. It's rated R. It's in English, but it's like an all-Asian cast. And let's see, the protagonist here, or at least the main character is the actress Michelle Yeoh, and she plays a character called Evelyn Wang. And I've checked out the trailers on this, and it's all over the place, so I can't make sense of it. All I know is that it's a multi-dimensional kind of movie where she goes from one world to the other and tries to solve problems that happen.
I'm excited for this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It actually sounds pretty badass, and it's produced by the Russo brothers, Anthony and Joe Russo, so interesting.
Yeah.
And is it only playing this weekend, or?
So it's like in limited release, so maybe by all accounts, it seems like it had a good budget, but maybe not for marketing, because I'm not seeing this everywhere. It's a 2-hour and 12-minute movie, but that doesn't warrant them not actually pushing this movie, especially with the ratings it's getting. And you're not seeing it in more than one kind of like theater room. So it's only in one room in the AMC bias that we're going to go check out when, meanwhile you have fucking Morbius in multiple rooms, which doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Foo, it's just not fair. It's not
this is
fair,
the world
Foo.
we live in, everybody.
I mean, Steph is evidence enough, Foo. Sometimes people don't count for quality.
Stop talking.
Yeah, so I encourage everybody to check this out and let us know what you think. We're going to go check this out tomorrow, the day before this podcast releases. So by then, we would have already seen it and then taken our weekly trip to Costco.
Yes.
But yeah, man, that's it for my end. What else did you want to discuss?
Well, Foo, I mean, that's not just the only thing that's been happening. We've actually had some bad news recently.
What's that? We already talked about Morbius.
Oh, no. Well, we're always talking about Morbius, Foo. We're always talking about Morbius. In fact, Foo, here's another meme. Morbius wasn't even that bad. It wasn't that bad. It just needed better acting, casting, plot, directing, characters, effects, lighting, scenes, structure, soundtracks, and editing.
That's it.
Yeah, just that, dude.
At this point, you guys are going to talk so much more about Morbius than the actual length of the movie. Just watch the movie.
That's my goal, Foos. That's my goal.
Yeah.
To have more content than the movie itself, so the people only look at our content.
Yeah. And, it, just like the Will Smith slap, that lasted no more than 10 to 15 seconds. We can talk about this thing all day.
Yeah.
Over it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Steph's just bitter.
You guys are going to love this movie. Okay? You're going to love it.
You know what? Just because you said that, I already have an inherent prejudice towards this movie, so I'm going to hate it.
I know the Foos.
Even if I like it.
The Foos going to like it more than you.
This is going to be my new Everclear.
Oh,
I may like it, but I will never. But I never tell you. I'll never tell you if I do or if I don't.
I know you like them. I know you like them.
He likes them.
You have no evidence. You have no evidence.
He has such a hatred.
It's in your iPod. It's in your fucking.
No, it's not, Foo. How do you know? You know nothing.
All right.
Where's this evidence?
Please show me your phone.
You have to get a fucking warrant to show my phone.
Open it up.
Taking it to the grave.
Oh, they're playing soon. You want to
go? Oh, really? Okay. Yeah.
Shut up.
Well, Foos, in other worse news, Ezra Miller is just tanking it, dog. He's throwing it all away.
Dude, yeah, so much so that Warner Brothers had an emergency meeting on whether or not they need to release this movie that already got pushed back to March of 2023 for The Flash.
And they're really trying to downplay that because, Rolling Stones did report that they did have an emergency meeting of Warner Brothers to pretty much kick or stop all future projects with Ezra Miller, not only with, DC properties, but also with, the whole Harry Potter and other works that they had in play. So Warner Brothers, I'm assuming they paid IGN to put out a report and say, no, there's nothing going on. We didn't have a meeting. We're not concerned. It's like, Dick, you got to be concerned. This is like a huge star. There was already reports that he was being a, piece of shit or a little, asshole on set. Mm-hmm. So I would not be surprised if they either one replaced him, but the problem is they'd have to redo all of these shots that they've done and delay the movie even longer.
And he's the protagonist, so he's like in virtually every shot.
Or be creative with the ending so that a different Flash takes over. Potentially like a Wally West or, who knows? Because they're doing Flashpoint, so Flashpoint they can go in any direction since it's a multiversal type of movie. Just
do Grant Gustin already.
I mean, dog, you're telling me. And Grant Gustin's actually been saying he wants to leave the TV show Flash because he wants to do more like movies and other stuff. So,
yeah,
dude, I agree. He should have been the Flash to begin with. I was upset that they even decided to go with a different Flash.
It's Warner Brothers, dude. They're all over the place.
You're telling me, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm really hopeful that it's not going to ruin the quality of the movie. Especially since it's in featuring Michael Keaton's return as the OG Batman, which is just that's really going to upset me if it somehow ruins
I really
that or
hope
tarnishes
that. I really hope that dovetails into a Batman Beyond flick. You know, a little later on.
And it should do, because this is the perfect opportunity for them to do something a little bit more original with Batman. Like, it's still Batman. It's just, it's not the Bruce Wayne that we're all used to. It's a completely different take on Batman, and it's what we need at this point. Like, everyone's done the Bruce Wayne character, and don't get me wrong, I've loved every iteration of it, you know, except for George Clooney. But, you know, every other iteration.
You like bat nipples, dude?
Oh, God.
You're killing him.
Oh, no. They brought up the bat nipples. The bat nipples.
Come on.
I'm having it. I'm coming, Elizabeth. No, Foo, I did not like the bat nipples.
Okay.
I did not.
I thought that was a cheerful choke.
No, Foo, I was gasping because I was almost going to die from such a travesty of a mention. But I'm fine now.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, everyone's done the Batman character too much, so now let's do a little something different. You know, there's nothing wrong with getting a little, you know, going a little different, which is what kind of they're doing with Superman. Now they're saying that they're going to be replacing Henry Cavill, or they're not going to be moving forward with Henry Cavill as Superman in the near future.
Jesus.
They're going to be focusing on Supergirl.
Okay.
So
I don't
who's
hate
coming
that,
out in
but
the new
Henry
Flash
Cavill
movie.
is Superman.
He's
Superman.
not going to be replaced.
Okay.
They're just going to focus
They're gonna
mostly on
bypass him?
Supergirl now.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, you know, they're not going to have him featured in quite some time. Probably like in another Supergirl, or probably in Supergirl.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he'll probably be in there, but then something happens. I don't know. We'll see. For they're still kind of up in the air as far as that Supergirl property. Yeah, Foo, I mean, Ezra Miller's just fucking this shit up. He was kind of already a dark horse to begin with, so yeah, we'll see what happens there, Foo. And then, you know, leading into the bulletin stuff, since we're pretty much there already, we had this last episode of Moon Knight, episode 2.
Yeah,
It's fantastic. I freaking thought it was badass. But Steph, you brought up that there was something actually unique about these Moon Knight episodes that I actually did not know about.
So this came up randomly on my Instagram feed, and somebody had pointed out that there is a QR code at the storage unit that you can scan, and it will take you to Marvel Comics, and it gives you a free issue of Moon Knight for that week. And I guess there was one in the previous episode as well, which is, it's in the museum next to one of the statues. And so I think moving forward, there might be another QR code every episode.
That's clever as fuck.
So you
That
get to know a
is.
little bit more about Moon Knight in that way, because the comics change weekly.
These are literal live action like Easter eggs that you can participate in.
Yeah.
That's badass. Yeah, it looks like the issues that they've had are issues 32 and 33 of Werewolf by Night, Varmel's foremost book of lycanthropic horror of the 1970s. In those issues, it looks like the issues are more famous today for being the very first Moon Knight story ever told, in which the Fist of Khonshu was hired to capture Jack Russell, I'm not making this shit up. Jack Russell, the titled werewolf. A werewolf named Jack Russell. He's
That's a
He's got
dog's
this-
name.
he's got the scruffy little beard and everything.
Could jump really high.
Jumps really high. He looks like a walking tablecloth.
There you go. Like Zero from fucking Nightmare Before Christmas.
from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wolf's and Dead.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I love the horror theme that we're getting from, you know, Moon Knight. They're very much taking it back to like the classic black and white kind of horror.
Yes.
You know, like the old Mummy movies, the old Dracula and like werewolf movies. So I'm along for the ride, bro. Like they got me hooked. Especially episode 2. Like that was awesome.
Nice. All right. Well, continuing on with the bulletin, I wanted to talk about Bruce Willis, man. He just said that he's going to be retiring from acting, and the reason for that is because he was diagnosed with aphasia. For those who aren't familiar, aphasia is a language disorder caused by damage in a specific area of the brain that controls language expression and comprehension. So aphasia leaves a person unable to communicate effectively with others. Many people have aphasia as a result of a stroke. And Steph, you actually deal with a lot of people with aphasia on a day-to-day basis, right, at work?
I do, because I work for a stroke center.
Uh-huh.
And so most of my patients do have aphasia. And one of the most frustrating things about aphasia is their inability to communicate. So they have to learn new techniques on how to communicate if they've lost their voice or even have lost their, facial expression.
Mm-hmm.
So it's.
They're not saying he had a stroke, and
right.
and by all accounts, at least visually, with pictures and videos that I've seen of him being posted of just recently of him, doesn't indicate that he had a stroke. At least it was, and if he did, it wasn't a bad enough one where he lost the ability to move around, because you can have a mild stroke. But
right.
I mean, what other thing would cause this? Just a brain degenerating?
It might even be something like a brain tumor. So not necessarily a stroke, but something that's messing with his frontal cortex or even the Broca's area of the brain.
Yeah. That's
affecting his speech.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? They probably won't even... We'll probably never know.
That's true.
Yeah, it's sad too, especially to see such a former A-list actor, going through stuff like this.
Yeah.
And what's even more fucked up is that, like, the Razzies committee had nominated him.
They gave him his own category.
Yeah,
they gave him his own category because he made so many bad movies in a row. I think I'm gonna be wrong, but I think in 2021 alone, he made something like 11 movies. I'm sure I'm wrong. It's probably...
Damn.
Already, that's a double-digit amount of movies in 1 year is a lot. Especially if you have to travel and learn lines. And I don't know, man. Do you think... I mean, it begs the question, how long has he known that he's had aphasia?
Yeah, I mean, it had at least started developing over the last couple of years. And actually, Foo, the Razzies retracted the category.
Mm-hmm.
The worst performance, the worst Bruce Willis performance category was the name of that. And that sucks. That sucks, man. I feel for him. But Jesus, he's probably doling out that many movies just to, he's like, I'm going out with a bang.
Well, they're not heavy hitting movies. Like, we're not going to see them hit the motion picture fucking spectrum of high action movies, because he's not getting those phone calls anymore. So I think these are going to be B movies that he's made, and a lot are still yet to come out. But yeah, I mean, I feel for the guy because he's been a staple in Hollywood for a very long time. He's been in a lot of good movies. He's been in a lot of bad movies, but he's been in a lot of good movies too. Iconic movies. One of the best Christmas movies ever made. Die Hard.
Die Hard.
We play it every year in December.
Every year, Foo.
Die Hard with a Vengeance. It's my favorite one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the one with was Jeremy Irons
and Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was the best one. Mm-hmm. Best one, Foos. Yeah, that's sad, man. But you know what? Our well wishes are sent out to you, Bruce Willis, and hopefully you can go out gracefully, man.
Yeah, man.
Upcoming movies, we got obviously Fantastic Beasts 3, which is coming out this upcoming Friday on the 15th. So far, Rotten Tomatoes has a 59%. The audience score will, remain to be seen. IMDb has it as a 6.8 out of 10. And, I mean, I'm interested in seeing it just because I saw the other two. And I just kind of want to, just finish it off, see where they're going with this particular... Yeah, because I want to see where they were going as far as with the story itself.
Right.
I was very much, a reader of the Harry Potter movies and their lore, so that alone is what's intriguing me. But I will give it an honest review after watching it. Unlike Steph, but honest and logical. Because that's all we are here on the Foobar Show. We're honest and logical, right, Steph?
This is just a movie rating podcast for your listening pleasure.
Oh, jeez.
Pleasure is up for everyone else's debate, but we'll see. Whoa.
And then are we actually pulling this out of our ass today? Did you have anything more in the bulletin there, Josh? Before I move on?
No, Foo. It's time for some doom scrolling.
Some doom scrolling with Steph. So what do you have for us today there, Steph? We haven't done this in a month?
Yeah, because we've had guests on, and
okay,
and then I wasn't as doom scrolling as much because I've been trying to reduce my screen time. But here we are. So pull up the browser.
Okay.
Pulling
up the browser. Close the porn. Okay.
Type in foddy.net, FODDY.net
.net. Okay.
/athletics.html.
All right.
And so what you will see is a game that you can use with your keyboard. So it's better if you're at it like a laptop or desktop rather than on your mobile phone.
Okay.
You're going to use only 4 keys: Q, W, O, and P.
All right. There's this guy like at a starting line, like he's racing, and like he's going to do some kind of dash, and the Q and the W control his thighs, and the O and the P control his calves.
Right.
And I'm guessing you're supposed to make him run.
You're supposed to make him run with only those 4 buttons.
Oh, there you go. Oh, and he's dead.
And this is on like Flappy Bird level because the physics don't make any sense. His legs never work.
Yeah, oh, God.
He ends up somersaulting backwards half the time. And
he just felt like a Family Guy character.
You just lose. Like, it starts you off at 0 meters, right? And then half the time you're trying to figure out the buttons, you actually
I can't get past 1.4 meters.
You go back negative meters half the time as well. And he's like constantly doing the splits.
Why would anybody want to play this?
Landing on the back of his head.
Steph, what is the name of this again?
It's foddy.net. FODDY.
Right, are you looking at it right now there, Josh?
I am looking at it right now.
Are you trying to play it?
I'm trying to.
It's so hard, dude. This guy just falls every time, and you can't move him forward. Like, the fuck? And he fell on his head again.
I'm telling you, it's Flappy Bird status.
Flappy Bird, you can at least advance with Flappy Bird.
But you can never make it in between those whatever pipes.
Do you remember what your high score on Flappy Bird was way back when?
I think I got up to 25.
Oh, I probably got in the 80s.
Up to 89, I think.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. But
yes.
I can't get this guy not to die.
See, because you have to move the thighs and the calves together. So I'm wondering if there's like a rhythm you have to do, like thigh, calf, thigh, calf, thigh,
I got
calf.
to 1.9 meters.
You got me beat by just a tad bit more meters.
Best 1.4.
He's just doing the moonwalk now. All right, you know what? Fuck this. This came out in 2008?
Right?
This looks like
the copyright's only until 2015.
Yeah, they just gave up on it.
This is like when I walk home drunk.
It's like I'm trying to run in my dreams. Doesn't happen.
It's just not happening. All right, well, foddy.net. If you want to, let's just say you're having a great day. Like, everything's just going right. If you want to ruin that, go to foddy.net /athletics.html. And it'll be sure to ruin your day.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's ruining mine.
You can't advance.
Oh, boy.
Look, if anybody can get past 2 meters, let us know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's a rhythm. There's a rhythm to it.
I know.
So, where are you at right now there, Josh?
2.2.
2.2 meters. Awesome. All right, riveting. Shit. Fuck this game. Fuck everybody who plays it and plays it well. And that's been another Doom Scrolling with Steph. All right. Well, I think that's going to be enough of that. And so everybody stick around for Foobar Sports.
Nerd!
Introducing Marianne Ginger Snacks. Soothe indigestion, sore throat, cold, and cough with this tasty treat brought to us by Sherwood Schwartz. A Gilligan's Island reference in 2022? Is this even necessary? Why so soon, you may be asking? Well, we're here to look you straight in the eye with tongue to cheek and a wink to say this. Mary Ann Ginger Snacks. Find it in the Gilligan aisle. Well, it's another emo version of Foobar Sports today. There, Josh, tell us what's going on there.
The hits just keep on coming, Foo. Today we actually lost a good, decent quarterback by the name of Dwayne Haskins.
Mm-hmm.
He recently was signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was a backup for them last year, and it was reported today that on the Florida highway, on the South Florida highway, he was struck by a dump truck while walking along the highway. They don't really know why he was down the highway to begin with. This was on westbound lanes of I-595, where oncoming traffic was. And he was down in South Florida training with some other teammates, such as Mitch Trubisky and other wide receivers. So he could have just been potentially on a morning run. I know a lot of athletes go on like really long, exhaustive runs, especially when they're in like a countryside like that. So he could have possibly been on a run, and just because he was running towards oncoming traffic, he probably got clipped. We're not sure, but yeah, it's pretty sad to see this. He was only 24 years old, really young. And there was a lot of speculation that he was going to turn his career around in Pittsburgh, especially with Big Ben retiring. And they just got Mitch Trubisky as more of like another, let's see if we can restore this young guy's, this young prospect's career. And it's sad, man. I was really rooting for him. It's a tough one to lose, especially one so young. He had a great career in Ohio State, where he played. And that's what made everyone think he was going to be a badass, NFL quarterback. And unfortunately, it never happened in his short time. But yeah, man, he'll definitely be missed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in other news, Foos, though not as sad as a death, it is a death of sorts. The Lakers did not make the playoffs this year, and in fact,
shocking.
Wow.
They look like garbage, Foo. Hot garbage. It's the season has just been a disaster. Russell Wilson just should not have been traded for. In fact, there has been speculation and rumors that either the Lakers are going to trade him, or they may just straight up pay him off and be like, "Look, bro," because they owe him $42 million this year, and because that was his previous contract he signed in Washington, so they were stuck with this bullshit contract, which is why we can't trade for anyone, and they're just thinking about trading him like $20 million or $30 million. Like, bro, just leave. Like, we don't want you here. Like, you're becoming more of a hindrance and a distraction than really a benefit. And it doesn't help that you have street clothes, always getting hurt, AD, aka street clothes.
Yeah.
And LeBron now, he's getting older, so he's going to be injured a lot more. So we need guys that are going to, step up and, take the reins. And it does not look like it didn't happen. It was really one of the most disappointing Laker teams I've seen since the Karl Malone, Gary Payton finals loss. That was super disappointing. But this trumps that for sure. Sure.
It's been a disaster of a season. Considering the level of talent that's on board.
Exactly.
It's like, what the hell happened?
They are older players. All of them are very much seasoned vets, the definition of seasoned vets. But that they should have done better. And
they're collaborating like they're rookies, though. Like, they should know better and how to work together as a team. I think that the egos and personalities won't allow them, probably.
No, they just don't blend at all. I don't think they really understood what they were getting with with Russell Westbrook, and it just did not work out. This is what happens when you listen to LeBron James and let him make your team and try to make a fantasy basketball team. More than anything. You know
what this reminds me of? You remember when Stan in South Park tried to put together a dance group so that they can go and serve another dance group team. They got the goth guy, right? They got a duck, I think.
Yeah.
Who else did they get?
They get the little Hooters girl,
or what is it? Raisins?
What are they called? Raisins. Yeah, the Raisins girl. And then they got their version of Russell Westbrook, aka Butters, who's the tap dancer. And the reason why I call him the version of Russell Westbrook is because at the end, when he finally joins their team, he ends up kicking his shoe into the rafters and knocking down a beam and killing everyone in the audience. That just goes into this spirals out of control. And he's just left there traumatized.
No! Yeah. That's what the Lakers were this year.
That's exactly what the Lakers were this year. Well, time to move on to baseball, Foo, and thank goodness we finally have baseball back. Mm-hmm. It's been sorely missed, and you know what? We were off to a good start. Dodgers won. Buehler won his opening day debut. They beat the Rockies. That is pretty much that's our opening weekend opponent. Mm-hmm. And I'm here for it, man. I miss it. I'm so happy that we got the universal DH in. We have the ghost runners, which we haven't seen yet because we haven't had any extra inning games, but I'm really curious to see how that actually works in a live game. And then now, Foo, this is the story that I missed last week, but there is a new technology that they've introduced into the MLB that will now allow pitchers and catchers and the defense to signal and send themselves signals via radio transmissions.
Oh,
or so the pitcher and catcher, everyone will have a little transmitter in their glove that they can tap, and that'll tell them the differences in the shift. It'll tell them which pitch count they want, and so it's easier than just doing signs. Now they're just gonna have taps in their gloves, doing strange little
Morse code and shit, or what?
Yeah, essentially that's really what it's going to be. Morse code. They're just repurposing Morse code.
Wow.
For the pitching signals.
That's interesting. So now the Astros they can't cheat like that anymore.
No, they can't, Foo. They can't. Does it? The MLB said, "You're a move, Astros."
Unless they tap into that radio frequency.
Well, that's why they did that, because it is a proprietary, a private and heavily secured type of frequency that they're doing. Mm-hmm. And this was just purely for the whole anti-signaling, gate kind of thing.
Right.
So I'm really curious to see if somehow, if there's going to be malfunctions. For instance, let's say that the catcher is saying, "Hey, I want a fastball," and the pitcher's like, "Oh, you want a curveball? Okay," throws the curve. Hey, boom, ball gets past him. I would not be surprised if we see little.
And then we see a couple runs come through. Yeah,
it's probably gonna be some hear the Benny Hill music start playing. Yep. See the gorilla come onto the field.
Yeah,
trying to help him catch.
How'd that get there?
Yeah.
Yeah, dudes. But let's try to go to a game, man. I'm down to go for another San Diego trip.
Oh,
and catch a Padres game.
Yeah,
or possibly a San Francisco trip.
Yeah,
a Giants Dodgers game.
Yeah, let's just try to do something like that. Or we got Arizona too, right next door.
Oh, exactly. Right. Actually, yeah. Let's try to hit at least all three this summer, Foos. Try to hit our next door
Oakland?
Neighbors. Oh, no. We don't talk about Oakland. No.
And then of course there's our red neighbors, the Angels.
Yeah, the Angels, Foo. But you know what? The only draw is Shohei Ohtani.
Ohtani, dude. And it's Babe Ruth.
Dude, I would actually be very interested in just going to see when he pitches. Or, if he's for sure going to be batting. Mm-hmm. Dude, I'm down to see him. Angels tickets are cheap.
Yeah.
I don't know about the Angels versus Dodger tickets. Usually those are pretty expensive since they're freeway, freeway series,
it's the rivalry too. Yeah, the freeway rivalry. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, man, let's try to hit all of them. I'm so down for this. I love that baseball's back and that everything's finally opening. We can enjoy it now. So, so exciting, Foos. Well, what else is exciting this weekend? And it's actually that none other than Tiger Woods has returned to the course, Foo. Ooh. He's finally back and hitting the green. And this is on the on the heels of him returning from his pretty gruesome car accident that he suffered last year. One, in fact, that everyone believed he was not going to survive. It was a very high chance that he was not going to survive that. He almost lost his leg. And he had to have hip surgery. And the big thing going into this weekend was whether he was going to be able to survive the full, 4-day weekend. Because everything started on Thursday. And even though golf is not necessarily a high athletic, high octane type of sport, the sudden movements and the torque that goes within each of these movements it's a lot. So for him to be able to at least withstand just the basic movement of going up and down, the actual grass, and then be able to, still golf, it's miraculous. And it was pretty exciting the first 2 days. He did not end today very well. So it's hard to say if he will make it and get the green jacket one more time. He's actually missing 6 majors from tying all-time great Jack Nicklaus for most majors ever won. And he's much younger than Nicklaus, because Nicklaus actually won his 6th, I think his 48th or 42nd major when he was like 61.
Jesus
62.
Christ.
Yeah, and Tiger Woods is only 46, man. Like, he's still relatively young.
He can still do it.
He can still do it. It's just a matter of his health. He needs to work back, because like in today's round, I was watching it. He was walking around the green with a limp. Like, you could tell the limp was getting pretty bad, and so it's like, maybe he should have sat out this particular major. But dude, it's the Masters. You have to go for the Masters. It's one of the most prestigious golf awards you can win. Yeah, championships you can win. So we're rooting for you, Tiger. But on to the next one if you can't get this one, man.
Yeah, dude. I mean, let's see what happens. Again, like you said, he's young, and to be fair, I'm sure that when the older record was set, that's a time when everybody was probably drunk and smoking, and while they were putting on the field. So
I'm sure they had a couple of glasses of Scotch food hidden in their fucking caddy bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not impossible, but yeah, more power to him.
Exactly, Foo. Well, Foo, I think that's it for me, dog.
All right, man. Well, let me just play the outro here. And yeah, man, I just, again, I wanted to just thank Dianthus for being on the show today, and looking forward to having other bands like this on the show. Now that, COVID is becoming less and less of a topic, we're hopefully able to get more people in studio too. And I'll probably try to give this place a little bit of a facelift so that it's not so cramped in here, because it could get better. I mean, I think we could all agree the space in here could be better. And more inviting for guests. So
less dungeony feel, Foo.
Nah,
we don't want our guests to feel like they're about to get murdered.
Well, the shackles are a nice touch.
I know, but the lighting. It's the lighting.
Oh, the lighting. All right, yeah, I gotta work on the lighting. All right, well, I'll take notes if you got them. But yeah, man, that's gonna do it for another Foobar Show podcast today. No real programming news, but we'll let y'all know as we go. But thank y'all very much for listening into the Foobar Show. Remember to hit subscribe and be sure to rate, review, and tell a friend like a freaking champion. You can also listen in and get our swag at foobarshow.com. That's FOObarshow.com. And follow FOO Bar Show on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Join in, drop us a line, and we'll fill it up like a couple of foos. I've been Josie.
I've been Josh.
And Steph.
Signing off for Dianthus, saying, don't be